Introduction. Believe in yourself. In a world filled with uncertainties, challenges, and self-doubt, the ability to believe in oneself stands as one of the most powerful and transformative forces that can shape a person's life and determine their path to success and fulfillment. Believe in Yourself is a thought-provoking book that explores the significance of self-confidence and the immense potential it unlocks when one has unwavering faith in their abilities. It delves deep into the psychology of self-belief, analyzing how one's mindset, thoughts, and perceptions about themselves influence their actions, decisions, and ultimately their achievements. The book emphasizes that self-belief is not just an abstract concept but a practical and essential trait that can be developed over time through conscious effort, persistence, and the right mental conditioning. It provides a compelling argument that success is not merely a product of intelligence, talent, or luck but rather a direct result of the confidence one has in their potential to overcome obstacles and turn aspirations into reality. The book begins by addressing the common barriers to self-confidence, including fear, past failures, negative self-talk, societal expectations, and external criticism, explaining how these factors contribute to self-doubt and limit personal growth. Through insightful anecdotes, psychological studies, and examples of renowned individuals who have achieved great success despite facing adversity, the book demonstrates that believing in oneself is the key differentiator between those who succeed and those who give up when faced with challenges. It explores how historical figures, entrepreneurs, athletes, and thought leaders have harnessed the power of self-confidence to achieve extraordinary feats, proving that belief in oneself is a common trait among those who leave a lasting impact on the world. Furthermore, Believe in Yourself offers actionable strategies and techniques to cultivate self-confidence, such as practicing positive affirmations, visualizing success, developing resilience, surrounding oneself with supportive influences, and taking proactive steps towards personal and professional goals. It highlights the role of self-discipline, perseverance, and an optimistic mindset in fostering unshakable confidence, ensuring that one remains steadfast in the face of failures and setbacks. More than just motivation, the book provides a practical guide for readers to shift their mindset from self-doubt to self-assurance, helping them reframe negative thoughts and adopt a growth-oriented perspective that fosters continuous improvement and belief in their abilities. It encourages readers to embrace challenges as opportunities for learning rather than as roadblocks and to recognize that failures are stepping stones toward success rather than indicators of defeat. By shifting their internal dialogue and replacing self-limiting beliefs with empowering ones, individuals can unlock their true potential and break free from the chains of fear and hesitation that hold them back. Throughout the book, the message remains clear and consistent. Belief in oneself is not a luxury reserved for a few but a necessity for everyone who wishes to achieve greatness in any aspect of life. Whether in personal development, career success, relationships, or creative endeavors, having faith in one's abilities fosters the courage to take risks, seize opportunities, and persevere against all odds. The book serves as an inspirational yet practical manual for readers who seek to transform their self-perception, build a resilient mindset, and embark on a journey towards self-fulfillment and success. It asserts that no external validation is more powerful than internal conviction, and by learning to trust in themselves, individuals can overcome insecurities, silence their inner critic, and move forward with confidence and determination. The essence of Believe in Yourself lies in its empowering message that everyone, regardless of their background or circumstances, has the potential to achieve greatness if they first believe that they can. Through a blend of motivation, psychology, and real-world examples, the book equips readers with the tools they need to cultivate an unshakable sense of self-confidence, inspiring them to step into their true potential and turn their dreams into reality. Chapter 1. The Power of Self-Belief. Self-belief is the foundation upon which success, personal fulfillment, and resilience are built, serving as the driving force that enables individuals to overcome challenges, embrace opportunities, and persist despite setbacks, making it one of the most crucial determinants of achievement in any area of life. The power of self-belief is rooted in the idea that an individual's thoughts and perceptions about themselves shape their actions, decisions, and overall trajectory, influencing not only their personal development but also their ability to reach their goals and fulfill their potential. This chapter delves into the profound impact of self-confidence, highlighting how a strong belief in one's abilities creates a positive cycle of motivation, effort, and success, whereas a lack of self-belief can lead to hesitation, fear, and unfulfilled potential. It explores how self-perception affects performance in various fields, from academics and career growth to sports, entrepreneurship, and creative endeavors, showing that those who have an unshakable faith in their potential tend to take bold actions, embrace challenges, and persist in the face of adversity, while those who doubt themselves often hold back, second-guess their abilities, and allow fear to dictate their choices. This chapter also examines the psychological principles behind self-belief, referencing theories such as self-efficacy by Albert Bandura, which suggests that individuals who believe in their ability to influence events and control outcomes are more likely to succeed than those who feel powerless in shaping their destiny. It explains how confidence is not an inherent trait but a learned mindset that can be cultivated through positive reinforcement, past experiences, and intentional efforts to challenge negative self-perceptions. Furthermore, this chapter illustrates the role of self-belief in overcoming adversity by providing real-life examples of successful individuals who, despite facing obstacles and failures, achieved greatness simply because they refused to give up on themselves, including historical figures like Thomas Edison, whose perseverance despite thousands of failed attempts led to the invention of the light bulb, and Oprah Winfrey, who overcame a difficult childhood and countless rejections to become one of the most influential media personalities in the world. By analyzing their journeys, this chapter underscores the idea that self-belief is often the distinguishing factor between those who reach their dreams and those who surrender to doubt and fear. It also discusses how self-belief shapes one's mindset, encouraging a growth-oriented perspective where failures are seen as learning experiences rather than signs of incompetence, allowing individuals to bounce back stronger and continue striving towards their aspirations. The chapter further explores how self-belief is not only essential for individual success but also plays a crucial role in inspiring and influencing others, as confident individuals tend to radiate positivity, motivate those around them, and create an environment of encouragement and possibility. It touches upon the science of neuroplasticity, explaining how repeated positive affirmations, visualization techniques, and exposure to challenges can rewire the brain to develop a resilient and confident mindset, ultimately leading to the internalization of self-belief as a natural state of being. Moreover, this chapter provides practical strategies for strengthening self-belief, such as setting small, achievable goals to build confidence, surrounding oneself with supportive influences, challenging limiting beliefs, and developing a habit of celebrating personal achievements rather than focusing on shortcomings. It emphasizes that self-belief is not about arrogance or blind optimism but about recognizing one's worth, trusting in one's ability to learn and adapt, and taking proactive steps toward growth. The chapter concludes by reinforcing the idea that self-belief is the cornerstone of all success stories, reminding readers that no external validation can replace the power of an unwavering faith in oneself, and that by cultivating this mindset, they can unlock their full potential and achieve greatness in any aspect of life they choose to pursue. Chapter 2: Overcoming Doubt and Fear. Doubt and fear are two of the most formidable barriers to success and personal growth, acting as invisible chains that hold individuals back from reaching their true potential, making bold decisions, and stepping into opportunities that could change their lives for the better, which is why understanding how to confront and conquer these psychological obstacles is essential for anyone who aspires to achieve greatness, self-fulfillment, and a sense of purpose in life. Fear, in its many forms, whether fear of failure, rejection, judgment, uncertainty, or inadequacy, creates a paralyzing effect that prevents individuals from taking action, often leading them to settle for mediocrity rather than pushing themselves beyond their comfort zones to pursue their dreams and aspirations, while doubt works in tandem with fear by eroding self-confidence, creating negative self-talk, and fostering hesitation that makes people second-guess their abilities, decisions, and worth, thereby making it difficult for them to take risks or trust in their potential to succeed. This chapter explores the intricate relationship between doubt and fear, demonstrating how these emotions stem from both internal and external influences, including past experiences, societal expectations, negative conditioning, and self-imposed limitations, all of which contribute to a mindset that prioritizes safety and certainty over growth and achievement, reinforcing a cycle of avoidance, procrastination, and self-sabotage that keeps individuals stuck in the same patterns of inaction and regret. However, while doubt and fear may seem like insurmountable obstacles, this chapter emphasizes that they are not innate, fixed traits but learned responses that can be reprogrammed, challenged, and ultimately overcome through deliberate effort, self-awareness, and mental conditioning, allowing individuals to reclaim their confidence, take control of their narratives, and develop the courage to pursue their ambitions without being held hostage by irrational anxieties and limiting beliefs. One of the key insights discussed in this chapter is the psychological mechanism behind fear, explaining how the brain's amygdala triggers a fight-or-flight response whenever it perceives a threat, whether real or imagined, which was an essential survival instinct for early humans but has evolved into a counterproductive reaction in modern life, where fear often arises not from actual danger but from perceived risks such as failure, embarrassment, or disappointment, making it imperative to recognize when fear is a false alarm rather than an indicator of true danger so that individuals can consciously override it and move forward with confidence rather than retreating into avoidance and hesitation. The chapter also delves into the impact of self-doubt on personal and professional development, illustrating how individuals who lack confidence in their abilities are more likely to miss out on opportunities, underperform in their careers, and experience chronic dissatisfaction in their lives, not because they are incapable but because their own negative beliefs prevent them from realizing their potential, which is why overcoming doubt requires a fundamental shift in mindset from one of self-criticism to self-empowerment, where individuals replace their inner voice of doubt with one of encouragement, self-compassion, and resilience, allowing them to push through challenges rather than succumb to them. To illustrate these concepts, this chapter includes powerful real-life examples of individuals who have faced intense doubt and fear yet emerged victorious by choosing to confront their inner demons, such as J.K. Rowling, who endured years of rejection and self-doubt before her persistence led to the creation of one of the most successful book series in history, and Michael Jordan, who was once cut from his high school basketball team but refused to let self-doubt define him, using it instead as fuel to become one of the greatest athletes of all time, reinforcing the idea that success is not about the absence of fear and doubt but about the ability to act despite them. The chapter also provides practical strategies for overcoming these mental barriers, beginning with the importance of self-awareness, as recognizing and acknowledging one's fears and doubts is the first step toward dismantling them, since most people operate on autopilot, allowing their fears to dictate their actions without questioning the validity of those fears, which is why mindfulness, journaling, and introspective practices can be powerful tools in identifying the root causes of doubt and fear and reframing them in a way that weakens their grip. Another essential strategy explored in this chapter is exposure therapy, a psychological approach that involves gradually confronting fears in a controlled and manageable way to desensitize oneself to them, which can be applied in daily life by intentionally putting oneself in situations that induce discomfort and learning to navigate them without retreating, as this builds resilience and proves to the mind that fear is often an illusion rather than an insurmountable reality. Additionally, this chapter discusses the importance of cultivating a strong support system, as surrounding oneself with positive, encouraging, and like-minded individuals can significantly diminish self-doubt and provide the reassurance needed to take risks, while distancing oneself from toxic influences that reinforce fear and negativity is equally crucial in creating an environment that fosters confidence and growth. Another technique emphasized in this chapter is the power of visualization and positive affirmations, as scientific research has shown that repeatedly visualizing success and verbalizing self-empowering statements can rewire the brain to develop a stronger sense of belief in one's abilities, ultimately replacing doubt with conviction and fear with determination. Moreover, this chapter highlights the significance of embracing failure as a stepping stone to success rather than as a sign of inadequacy, as many individuals allow their fear of failure to prevent them from even trying, yet history has proven time and again that those who achieve greatness are those who learn to view failure as feedback rather than as defeat, understanding that every setback is an opportunity for learning, growth, and improvement, thereby neutralizing fear's paralyzing effect, and transforming it into a motivator for persistence and resilience. The chapter also explores the concept of acting as if, a psychological technique that involves behaving with confidence and courage even when one does not feel it, as studies have shown that by adopting the body language, posture, and behaviors of confident individuals, people can trick their minds into developing actual confidence, thereby reducing self-doubt and allowing them to navigate fear-inducing situations with greater ease. Furthermore, this chapter addresses the role of self-discipline in overcoming doubt and fear, as confidence is not built overnight but through consistent effort, commitment, and repetition, meaning that individuals must develop the discipline to push through moments of fear, take action despite discomfort, and commit to continuous self-improvement, as confidence is a byproduct of experience and mastery rather than a prerequisite for success. In addition, this chapter highlights the importance of adopting a "what's the worst that can happen?" mindset, which involves rationalizing fears by questioning their actual consequences, as many individuals allow their fears to spiral out of proportion when in reality, the worst-case scenario is often far less catastrophic than they imagine, making it easier to take calculated risks and move past fear-based hesitation. The chapter also explores the role of gratitude in reducing fear and doubt, as focusing on past successes, strengths, and positive experiences shifts the mind away from anxiety and towards appreciation and self-assurance, reinforcing the idea that if one has overcome challenges before, they can do so again. Finally, this chapter concludes with a powerful reminder that overcoming doubt and fear is not about eliminating these emotions entirely but about learning to manage and navigate them in a way that no longer hinders personal growth and success, emphasizing that courage is not the absence of fear but the willingness to act despite it, and by adopting the right mindset, strategies, and habits, anyone can develop the confidence to move beyond self-imposed limitations, embrace their full potential, and create a life that is not dictated by fear but by ambition, resilience, and self-belief. Chapter 3: Building a Positive Mindset. A positive mindset is the foundation of success, happiness, and resilience, as it shapes how individuals perceive challenges, setbacks, and opportunities, ultimately influencing the decisions they make, the actions they take, and the overall quality of their lives, making it one of the most powerful tools for personal and professional growth. The way people think affects not only their emotional well-being but also their ability to navigate difficulties and maintain motivation, which is why cultivating a positive mindset is essential for anyone who wants to achieve their goals and lead a fulfilling life. This chapter delves into the principles of positive thinking, explaining how the mind can be trained to focus on possibilities rather than obstacles, to see failures as learning experiences rather than defeats, and to maintain an optimistic outlook even in the face of adversity. It highlights the psychological and scientific basis of positivity, referencing research on neuroplasticity that proves how repeated thoughts and behaviors rewire the brain, making it possible to shift from a negative, self-defeating mindset to one that fosters confidence, hope, and perseverance. One of the key aspects discussed in this chapter is the role of self-talk, as the inner dialogue individuals engage in daily has a profound impact on their mindset, where negative self-talk reinforces doubts and fears while positive self-talk boosts self-esteem and motivation, making it crucial to become aware of the thoughts that dominate one's mind and replace self-limiting beliefs with empowering affirmations that reinforce self-worth and capability. Additionally, this chapter explores the power of gratitude in building a positive mindset, emphasizing how focusing on what one already has rather than what is lacking shifts the mind towards abundance and appreciation, reducing stress and fostering a sense of fulfillment that fuels further success. Another essential component of positive thinking discussed here is the importance of reframing challenges, as individuals who develop the habit of interpreting difficulties as opportunities for growth rather than as insurmountable obstacles are better equipped to handle setbacks without losing motivation, which is why learning to change perspectives is a crucial skill in maintaining a positive and resilient mindset. This chapter also explores the impact of environment and social influences on mindset, emphasizing how the people one surrounds themselves with significantly affect their outlook, as being around positive, uplifting individuals reinforces optimism, while spending time with negative, pessimistic people can drain motivation and reinforce self-doubt, making it necessary to consciously choose relationships that support growth and encouragement. Furthermore, the chapter examines how daily habits and routines contribute to mindset development, showing that practices such as meditation, mindfulness, journaling, and regular exercise not only improve mental clarity and emotional stability but also condition the brain to focus on positivity, making them essential tools for sustaining an optimistic outlook. Another crucial point discussed in this chapter is the significance of goal setting in maintaining a positive mindset, as having clear, achievable objectives provides direction, motivation, and a sense of accomplishment that reinforces confidence and belief in one's abilities, preventing discouragement and stagnation. The chapter also addresses the dangers of perfectionism and excessive self-criticism, explaining how individuals who expect themselves to be flawless often struggle with frustration and disappointment, whereas those who embrace progress over perfection and practice self-compassion are more likely to stay motivated and continue striving toward their goals without being paralyzed by fear of failure. Moreover, this chapter highlights the power of visualization in fostering a positive mindset, as imagining success and mentally rehearsing achievements not only increases confidence but also strengthens the belief that goals are attainable, reinforcing motivation and commitment. Additionally, it explores how laughter, humor, and finding joy in small moments contribute to maintaining positivity, reducing stress, and creating a resilient mental state that can withstand difficulties. The chapter also discusses the role of perspective in shaping mindset, illustrating how individuals who choose to focus on solutions rather than problems are more likely to remain optimistic and proactive, as positivity is not about ignoring challenges but about approaching them with a constructive and determined attitude. Another key point in this chapter is the importance of taking responsibility for one's mindset, as people who blame external circumstances for their unhappiness often feel powerless, whereas those who recognize that they have control over their thoughts and reactions can actively cultivate a positive outlook, leading to greater personal empowerment and success. Additionally, this chapter explores how small, consistent actions, such as celebrating achievements, engaging in activities that bring joy, and helping others, accumulate to create a lasting positive mindset, proving that positivity is a habit that can be nurtured over time. Lastly, the chapter concludes with a powerful reminder that building a positive mindset is not about denying reality or avoiding hardships but about choosing to respond to life's challenges with hope, resilience, and a belief in one's ability to overcome difficulties, reinforcing the idea that by training the mind to focus on the good, individuals can create a life filled with opportunities, growth, and lasting fulfillment. Chapter 4. Taking Action with Confidence. Confidence is not just about believing in oneself. It is about turning that belief into decisive action, pushing past doubts and stepping forward with conviction, which is why taking action with confidence is the key to achieving success, personal growth, and meaningful accomplishments, as it transforms potential into reality and dreams into tangible outcomes. Many individuals have great ideas, aspirations, and talents, but without the ability to act with confidence, they often remain stuck in hesitation, fear, and procrastination, allowing self-doubt to rob them of opportunities that could have changed their lives. This chapter explores the psychology of confidence-driven action, highlighting how belief alone is not enough. True confidence is built through experience, risk-taking, and the willingness to embrace challenges without being paralyzed by fear of failure or rejection. It delves into the reasons why people hesitate to take action, examining common obstacles such as fear of judgment, perfectionism, fear of failure, and overthinking, all of which create a cycle of inaction and regret, reinforcing self-doubt instead of strengthening self-belief. This chapter emphasizes that confidence is not something people are born with but something that is developed through consistent practice, exposure to challenges, and repeated efforts to step outside of one's comfort zone, proving that the only way to truly become confident is to take action despite uncertainty and discomfort. It highlights the concept of the confidence-competence loop, explaining how the more one takes action, the more skilled and experienced they become, which in turn increases confidence, leading to even greater action and success, making it clear that waiting to feel fully confident before acting is a mistake. Confidence grows through action, not before it. This chapter also discusses the importance of preparation in building confidence, illustrating how those who prepare, plan, and educate themselves about their goals and challenges are more likely to take action with certainty, as knowledge and preparation reduce fear and create a sense of control. Additionally, it explores the power of visualization and positive affirmations, showing how mentally rehearsing success and reinforcing one's belief through positive self-talk can create the psychological momentum needed to take bold action. It also examines the significance of body language and posture in influencing confidence, revealing how standing tall, maintaining strong eye contact, and adopting powerful body language can not only project confidence to others but also trick the brain into feeling more confident, making it easier to take action with authority and conviction. Another crucial aspect discussed in this chapter is the role of small wins in building long-term confidence, as individuals who focus on taking small, manageable steps rather than overwhelming leaps are more likely to build steady confidence over time, proving that every action, no matter how small, contributes to the development of a strong and fearless mindset. The chapter also provides strategies for handling setbacks with confidence, emphasizing that failure is not a sign of incompetence but a necessary part of growth, and those who learn to view mistakes as learning experiences rather than as reasons to quit develop unshakable confidence that allows them to persist despite obstacles. Furthermore, this chapter discusses the importance of surrounding oneself with supportive and inspiring individuals, as confidence is often reinforced by the people around us, and having a strong network of encouragement and motivation makes it easier to take action without fear of criticism or failure. It also touches on the significance of self-trust, explaining that individuals who trust their instincts and decisions are more likely to take action with conviction, whereas those who constantly seek validation and second-guess themselves often struggle with hesitation and inaction. Another important concept explored in this chapter is the idea of acting as if, where individuals adopt the behaviors, habits, and mindset of a confident person even before they fully feel confident, allowing them to gradually internalize confidence through action and experience. Additionally, this chapter emphasizes that confidence is not about arrogance or recklessness but about having a balanced sense of self-assurance that allows individuals to take risks while remaining adaptable and open to growth. It also discusses the power of momentum, illustrating how taking one action leads to another, creating a chain reaction of success and confidence that propels individuals forward toward greater achievements. The chapter also addresses the role of resilience in confident action, explaining that those who develop mental toughness and emotional resilience are more likely to take action despite fear and adversity, proving that true confidence is about persistence, not perfection. Finally, this chapter concludes with a powerful message that taking action with confidence is a lifelong practice, and those who commit to consistently pushing themselves beyond their doubts, fears, and limitations will ultimately create a life of success, fulfillment, and self-mastery, reinforcing the idea that confidence is built not through waiting but through doing, and that every step taken with conviction brings individuals closer to their dreams and goals. Chapter 5: Success Stories of Self-Belief. Self-belief is the driving force behind some of the greatest success stories in history, proving that those who trust in their abilities, persevere through challenges, and refuse to let doubt dictate their actions can achieve extraordinary things, even in the face of adversity, rejection, and seemingly insurmountable obstacles. This chapter delves into the inspiring journeys of individuals who defied the odds through the power of self-belief, demonstrating that confidence and determination are often the key differentiators between success and failure, as those who believe in themselves take risks, persist through failures, and ultimately turn their dreams into reality. One such story is that of Oprah Winfrey, who overcame a difficult childhood filled with poverty, abuse, and setbacks to become one of the most influential media moguls in the world, proving that self-belief can break barriers and create limitless opportunities, as she refused to let her circumstances define her and instead trusted in her vision, honing her skills, and pushing through rejections until she transformed the television industry with her authenticity and unwavering confidence. Another powerful example is J.K. Rowling, who, before becoming the world-famous author of the Harry Potter series, faced extreme hardship, living as a struggling single mother with little financial stability and experiencing multiple rejections from publishers, yet she never lost faith in her story or her abilities, continuing to submit her manuscript until one publisher finally recognized its potential, leading to a literary empire that has inspired millions worldwide, proving that perseverance and self-belief can turn even the most difficult circumstances into success. The chapter also highlights the journey of Elon Musk, who faced repeated failures and skepticism while working on Tesla, SpaceX, and other ambitious projects, yet his belief in innovation and his ability to push technological boundaries allowed him to revolutionize multiple industries, overcoming financial crises, engineering challenges, and public doubt to achieve breakthroughs that many had deemed impossible, reinforcing the idea that those who believe in their vision and refuse to give up can change the world. Another extraordinary success story is that of Michael Jordan, who, despite being cut from his high school basketball team, refused to let this setback define him, instead using it as motivation to train harder, refine his skills, and develop an unshakable mindset that ultimately made him one of the greatest athletes in history, proving that self-belief combined with relentless effort leads to greatness. The chapter also explores the life of Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC, who faced hundreds of rejections before his famous chicken recipe was accepted. Yet he never let the repeated failures shake his confidence, continuing to knock on doors and refine his business model until he finally built a global franchise, proving that persistence and unwavering belief can lead to success at any age. Additionally, the chapter delves into the story of Walt Disney, who was once fired from a newspaper for lacking creativity, and faced multiple bankruptcies before bringing his dreams to life. Yet his belief in his artistic vision and storytelling capabilities led to the creation of an entertainment empire that continues to inspire generations, proving that resilience and self-confidence can turn setbacks into stepping stones. Another inspiring figure featured in this chapter is Steve Jobs, who was once ousted from his own company but never stopped believing in his innovative ideas, returning to lead Apple to unprecedented success, revolutionizing the tech industry with products that change the way the world interacts with technology, illustrating that true success belongs to those who trust in their potential and never let failures define them. The chapter also includes the story of Sylvester Stallone, who faced extreme poverty and rejection while trying to sell his script for Rocky, yet he refused to give up on his dream, even turning down lucrative offers that required him to relinquish his lead role, holding on to his belief that he was meant to play Rocky, and ultimately achieving worldwide fame and success because he stayed true to his vision, showing that unwavering self-belief leads to opportunities that others may never see. Additionally, the chapter highlights Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before successfully inventing the light bulb, yet his belief in his ability to create something revolutionary kept him going, proving that persistence and confidence in one's work are crucial ingredients of success. The chapter also shares the story of Madam C.J. Walker, who, despite being born into poverty and facing racial and gender discrimination, built a successful beauty empire through sheer determination, belief in her products, and an unrelenting entrepreneurial spirit, making history as one of the first self-made female millionaires and inspiring future generations to believe in their own abilities. Another remarkable success story covered in this chapter is that of Henry Ford, who revolutionized the automobile industry despite early business failures and skepticism from critics, showing that believing in a vision, even when others doubt it, can lead to groundbreaking achievements. Furthermore, the chapter explores the story of Helen Keller, who, despite being both blind and deaf, overcame incredible odds through her unwavering belief in her ability to learn and communicate, ultimately becoming an influential author and advocate, proving that true self-belief can transcend physical limitations. The chapter also includes modern success stories such as Serena Williams, who overcame numerous obstacles in her tennis career yet remained confident in her ability to dominate the sport, ultimately becoming one of the greatest athletes of all time, proving that self-belief and hard work lead to extraordinary success. Another contemporary example is Jeff Bezos, who left a stable Wall Street job to build Amazon from scratch, facing countless challenges and skeptics along the way, yet his belief in his vision and his relentless pursuit of innovation led Amazon to become one of the most valuable companies in the world, demonstrating that success belongs to those who have the courage to act on their ideas despite uncertainty. This chapter also highlights the story of Indra Nooyi, who rose to become the CEO of PepsiCo through her confidence, strategic thinking, and ability to lead with determination, proving that self-belief is a crucial factor in breaking barriers and achieving leadership success. The chapter concludes with an empowering message that while the individuals in these stories came from different backgrounds and faced different challenges, they all had one thing in common: an unshakable belief in themselves, their abilities, and their dreams, reinforcing the idea that success is not reserved for the lucky or the privileged but for those who refuse to give up, who trust in their potential, and who take bold steps toward their goals, proving that self-belief is the ultimate catalyst for transformation and achievement. Conclusion. The power of self-belief is the driving force behind personal growth, resilience, and success, as it empowers individuals to overcome obstacles, take confident action, and persist through challenges without allowing doubt or fear to dictate their paths, proving that those who trust in their abilities can achieve greatness regardless of their circumstances. Throughout this book, we have explored the fundamental principles of self-belief, from understanding its power to overcoming fear and doubt, cultivating a positive mindset, taking action with confidence, and drawing inspiration from real-life success stories that highlight how unwavering belief in oneself leads to extraordinary achievements. The journey to developing self-belief is not an overnight transformation but a continuous process that requires conscious effort, self-reflection, and a willingness to push past limitations, as confidence and success are built through experience, perseverance, and the ability to see failures as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. One of the most important lessons emphasized is that self-belief is not about arrogance or blind optimism but about developing an unshakable inner trust that allows individuals to take risks, embrace challenges, and maintain resilience in the face of adversity, knowing that setbacks do not define them but rather serve as lessons that strengthen their resolve. Furthermore, we have seen how mindset plays a crucial role in shaping one's reality, as those who focus on possibilities, solutions, and self-improvement are more likely to attract opportunities and achieve their goals, while those who dwell on limitations and self-doubt often remain stuck in a cycle of fear and hesitation. Another key takeaway is the importance of action, as belief without action is meaningless, and true confidence is built through doing, learning, and adapting rather than waiting for the perfect moment or seeking validation from others, reinforcing the idea that success belongs to those who take bold steps despite uncertainty. Additionally, the success stories explored in this book have shown that no matter how difficult the journey, those who persist with faith in their abilities ultimately achieve their dreams, proving that self-belief is the foundation upon which all great accomplishments are built. As we conclude, it is essential to remember that self-belief is a skill that can be cultivated, strengthened, and reinforced over time through intentional practice, positive habits, and a commitment to growth, meaning that anyone, regardless of their background or past failures, has the ability to develop the confidence needed to achieve their aspirations. The key is to consistently challenge limiting beliefs, surround oneself with positive influences, take decisive action, and maintain a resilient mindset that refuses to be defeated by temporary setbacks, as true self-belief is not about never facing challenges but about trusting oneself enough to rise above them. Ultimately, the message of this book is clear. Those who believe in themselves create the life they desire, break barriers that once seemed impossible, and unlock their fullest potential, proving that success, happiness, and fulfillment begin with the simple yet powerful decision to trust in oneself and take action toward a brighter future.